Look, I think the Pittsburgh Steelers just found the missing piece, and the guy was staring us right in the face. And with combine season here, it's hard to focus away from the wide receiver position as your Steelers desperately need a number two. I want to talk about Amari Cooper. I want to talk about his fit in Pittsburgh and really what the cost would be. He's needed. Outside of George Pickens, the Steelers struggle to get production from their wide receiver room in 2024. I mean, teams just started keying on Pickens, and there just wasn't an answer for it. What's up? This is Sports Talk Steelers. Absolutely love covering the NFL. I'm Sean, and I'm primarily a Bears guy. I got a Bears channel, but when Justin Fields came over to Pittsburgh, super intrigued, and now I get the opportunity to give you impartial coverage of your Pittsburgh Steelers on the daily. So hit the subscribe button. Would love to have you join us. So let's get to it here. I wasn't really thinking about Amari Cooper until I was like, hey, figuring out the wide receiver spot for this team. Sometimes when in doubt, remember Vegas knows. So I looked at the betting lines, and actually Amari Cooper came up as a fit for the Steelers. And honestly, the guy wasn't even on my radar. I actually like the fit. And he should also be a bargain because Amari Cooper had a down year in 2024 for the Buffalo Bills. And if you think about it, the guy came to Buffalo mid-season. He escaped just a terrible situation that was brewing in Cleveland. But don't forget, we don't have to look too far back to see Cooper was a productive receiver. In 2023, the guy posted 1,250 yards with the Browns, and that was with an absolute dumpster fire at quarterback. Cooper made the Pro Bowl in 2015 and 16 with Oakland Raiders. That's where he got his start. He was also nominated for the Pro Bowl in 2018 and 2019 with the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper has had 7 seasons with 1,000+ yards. And in 2024, the guy still had 44 receptions for 547 yards and 4 touchdowns in just a really bad situation. You're looking at he entered the Buffalo locker room, great team already, and he's got to learn a whole new playbook, and he's got to do it midway through the season. Not an ideal situation, and I think it's fair to just throw last season out. He also struggled with a hand injury. Let's just forget about last season and let's look at him as a general player. And Nick Villano of Fansided, he's predicted that Cooper will end up signing with the Pittsburgh Steelers this offseason. This is starting to get a little bit of teeth. And I'll just directly quote Villano. We think that someone will be the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's truly a perfect fit for player and team. But the only question is whether the contract fits the Steelers' expectation. The fit is perfect. Pairing Cooper with George Pickens is an essential opportunity to get the most out of everyone. And it could give another weapon for Justin Fields, who's going to run just a chaotic offense under Arthur Smith that needs veterans who can play on their toes. And if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I think when confronted with the chance to get Cooper on this squad last year, most of you would have said, heck yes. And the 30-year-old receiver is just a year removed from an impressive, once again, 1,250-yard, 5-touchdown season with the Cleveland Browns in 2023. The guy's got plenty left in the tank. Pretty nice compliment to George Pickens. Let's get to the betting line. This is kind of fun. It's the off season, so let's have some fun. So what was the betting line on him coming to the Steelers? And went to Bovada. That's a popular sports betting site. They have the Pittsburgh Steelers tied for second best odds to land 5-time Pro Bowl wide receiver Amari Cooper. That sounds pretty good, right? A 5-time Pro Bowl wide receiver on this squad. So the favorites to land Cooper are the Patriots at plus 300. And then you've got the Steelers, the Panthers, and the Bills, a return to the Bills. All 3 teams are tied with a plus 400 odd to acquire him for the 2025 offseason. Let's look at it a little more. Why should you want him? Quite a few pros. Experience. This guy's got 10 years of NFL experience. He's made the Pro Bowl 5 times. He's a really good route runner, still considered one of the best route runners in the whole league. And he's also a calm influence because George Pickens is on the team. Cooper can help calm down the wide receiver George Pickens, kind of provide a veteran mentorship for him, provide an equilibrium as far as load of the offense, correct? Also his value. I think after this down season, he could come relatively cheap due to his age and this production of last year. You're looking at the cons. His age, 30 years old. The Steelers might want to go a little younger. And also this production, if you choose to keep in mind this last year, career low 547 receiving yards in 2024. So I guess it's kind of depending on whether you want to give him a free pass on last year. Personally, I'm willing to do that. So let's look at this generally. How does this look to you guys? You got George Pickens, Amari Cooper, Calvin Austin in actually the spot where he belongs, a field stretching number 3. He really came on last year. He was fun to watch. I also had him on my fantasy football squad, so he was enjoyable for a game here and there. Then you also have Pat Freiermuth. You've got Roman Wilson. Now, Roman Wilson's super intriguing. This is a guy who got almost zero time on the field due to injuries his rookie season. But I don't know if you remember the profile on him coming into the draft last year. The guy excels at high pointing the ball in the end zone. He did so for Michigan during that national championship year. The guy runs disciplined routes, absolutely great hands, and he's got some breakaway speed as well. So I think he's someone that everybody's absolutely forgetting, and fitting him into this potentially 4-man wide receiver room, it looks pretty good. Then there's also the element of a couple absolutely massive tight ends to run this Art Smith system. He leads the NFL in multiple tight end sets, sometimes running 2, 3, 4 tight ends in this system. I don't know if he really should do that, but you guys just signed David Parham, an absolute mammoth tight end at 6'8". I mean, all in all, this doesn't sound too bad. So don't break the bank on Cooper. A possible free agent swing is possible if the choices let Justin Fields walk as well. I mean, at quarterback, I don't think Russell Wilson is the answer for anybody for a full season. So you could potentially see quarterback movement. I think Justin Fields is the favorite coming into the clubhouse to be your quarterback this upcoming year. And you're looking at, as far as Justin Fields, I mean, despite winning 10 games, reaching the playoffs again under Mike Tomlin, you're looking at an offense that struggled, ranked just 23rd overall and 27th in passing yards per game. And then you're looking at your number 1 receiver, George Pickens, when healthy and focused. I think Amari Cooper joining the team could greatly help with that focus and that general calm. Maybe he can level out a little bit. He's been a knucklehead at times, but I know when you have a guy like that on your team, it's like he's our knucklehead and we love him. I totally get that mentality, but he's got to grow up a little bit. The Steelers just lack viable options behind him outside of perhaps Calvin Austin III, who kind of broke out. So I think Cooper added to the team, absolutely invaluable number 2 wideout in the Steel City, could also once again serve as that veteran mentor that George Pickens has never really had. I don't think there's anything to hate. And you guys let me know who you think should be the wide receiver to bring in on this team. I truly believe that the right thing to do is to grab a major player in free agency that's not going to break the bank, because we don't want another situation that George Pickens is actually mentoring a rookie. I'd rather see it the other way around. You guys let me know if you agree. Enjoy this offseason. Training camp is just a moment away. We're looking at the Underwear Olympics starting just this upcoming week. The draft's coming up. So much stuff to cover on the daily as we rocket towards this regular season. And I hope it's a good one. Thank you for being here so far, and we'll talk soon. See you.